Welcome to Table for 92, element number 46, Palladium. It's number 46 because it has exactly 46 protons within its nucleus. Palladium, not just the name of a famous New York nightclub where the Mambo craze was started in the 1940s. Palladium is so much more. For Palladium, we're cooking up a Gatsby sandwich from South Africa. Palladium isn't really found in foods, it's super rare, but palladium is an extremely important metal for modern life. And South Africa is one of the highest producers of the metal. So I'm cooking up a Gatsby sandwich, which is essentially a French fry sandwich, famous in Cape Town and throughout South Africa. So, you know, I mean, what's not to like there? French fry sandwich. Palladium is one of the 6 platinum-based metals, kind of right smack in the middle of the periodic table. All of these metals are really rare and really expensive. Of the platinum, though, palladium is more abundant than the others, which is why it is so important in modern technology. Palladium is used in catalytic converters that add oxygen and convert the byproducts of burning fuel, carbon monoxide and unburned hydrocarbons, into carbon dioxide and water, respectively. It greatly reduces the pollution from the internal combustion engines. The reason palladium and other platinum metals are used in that, while a lot of other metals are catalysts that do the same thing as platinum metals do, the platinum metals can do the catalytic conversions at lower temperatures. While palladium at room temperature will take in like 900 times its volume of hydrogen, purifying those hydrocarbons released from burning fuel. So it really helped clean the air in a lot of major cities. Like, we forget how bad it used to be in the US before the Clean Air Act. Yeah, that's New York before the Clean Air Act. Could barely see anything. The good thing about New York back then is you could see the air you were breathing. I think one of the best movies of the last few years is The Nice Guys with Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. Spoiler alert, by the way. The movie is genius, but it is all about the reluctance of the big 5 car makers to add catalytic converters into cars because it would impact their bottom line profits. And yeah, in the movie, a whole bunch of hilarious murdery antics go about. And yeah, while it may not have been that violent as in the movies, the automakers absolutely did try to stop the catalytic converter in the 70s. In a congressional testimony, the former vice president of GM said, quote, "If GM is forced to introduce catalytic converter systems across the board in 1975 models, it is conceivable that the complete stoppage of the entire production could occur with tremendous loss to the company, shareholders, employees, suppliers, and communities." Yeah, well, GM is still around. So yeah, starting in 1975, all new models in the US had to have catalytic converters. But as I said before, palladium and the other platinum metals are really expensive. Per ounce, palladium is like $1,800 right now, and there are a few grams of palladium in the typical catalytic converter. So yeah, catalytic converter theft is way up right now. Like, I see it in the news all the time. You can get anywhere between 50 and 250 bucks for a few grams of palladium. The country that has the highest palladium mining in the world right now is Russia, closely followed by South Africa. The world mined about 200,000 kilograms in 2020, with Russia and South Africa mining about 3/4 of that. But with the fuel efficiency standards rising all over the place, the price fluctuates, you know. So it depends on the market, but yeah, palladium is sometimes more expensive than gold per ounce. Palladium isn't just used in catalytic converters though, it's used in fancy jewelry, springs and high-end watches, and dental fillings. Man, that's gotta be a real status symbol there. Like, forget gold fillings, I got palladium teeth. It's a really nice silvery color too. So for the Gatsby, first off, I'm gonna make 2 different kinds, a fried bologna, or polony as they say in South Africa, and a masala chicken. I've unfortunately never been to South Africa, but I've known some South Africans, and I've worked with a lot of archaeologists that do their field work there. And one of the things I've heard over and over, South Africans love their meat. Like, they say chicken is a vegetable there. For the chicken, I'm going with boneless chicken thighs, and I'm gonna add olive oil and South African peri-peri sauce, which has hot pepper, lemon, salt, pepper, vinegar, onion, and garlic in it. Then on top of that, cumin, coriander, curry powder, chili powder, and a little paprika. Mix those all up and let them sit for a while and place over the asado to cook. The discovery of palladium is quite funny. It's like one of the most expensive metals in the world right now. But palladium was first called ouro preto in Brazilian Portuguese in the early 1700s. That translates to rotten gold because it was found in gold mines and miners found it to be an annoyance to separate it from the gold. That kind of thing happened all the time back in the day in mines. There wasn't a market for those different metals back then, so they were throwing away what would today be a fortune. Palladium was finally discovered in 1803 by William Wollaston in England when he extracted it from South American platinum ores, which he named after an asteroid that had just been discovered. Actually, the second asteroid ever found, named Pallas, after the Greek goddess of wisdom. But I don't know why Wollaston got so shady with this. He didn't tell anyone he found a new metal and tried selling it as a new silver. But another mineralogist named Richard Chenevix called BS on Wollaston, was like, that ain't no new silver, that's a cheap alloy of platinum and mercury. You know, probably not how he actually said it, but yeah. Wollaston, again, a little shady. He puts out an anonymous offer in the papers for an award of 20 guineas for anyone that could produce palladium. A guinea is a gold coin worth like $1,000 today. He wasn't messing around, but no one was able to replicate palladium, so a couple years later, Wollaston gets in front of the Royal Society and announces he is the anonymous dude who discovered palladium and was able to show how he did it and was eventually accepted. Kind of reminds me of Tony Stark at the end of Iron Man. He's like, I am Iron Man. Now I've got the meats done, time for the main course of this sandwich. The fries, or slap chips as they would say in South Africa. I've got the absolute gold standard for chips, the Binche potato. This is the best potato variety for chips. It was originally bred in the early 1900s in Holland, and it is the potato used in Belgium in their street chips. Belgium has the best chips in the world, hands down. I grew these in my garden this year, and man, these have a great yield. I've got probably 35 pounds from planting like 5 or 6 pounds of potato seeds. I'm gonna do the twice fried method. It's really the best, golden on the outside and nice and soft on the inside. And I've made the seasoning of paprika flakes, sea salt, garlic powder, and basil. Okay, to build the Gatsby, get a nice airy loaf of sub bread. First layer, some achar pickles. It's like a mango hot pickle. Then your meat, slap chips, sliced cheese, ketchup, shredded iceberg lettuce, tomato, and more peri-peri sauce on top. Whew. Oh man, that is good. A little spicy. I like the way the carbohydrates complement the other carbohydrates. But no, seriously, this is good. But yes, I can see how you're supposed to share these. Thanks. See you next time. I think these are great educational videos and I'm extremely entertaining. So, you know, smash that subscribe button.